So happy to create this with you. It's been a long time coming, so it feels good to be able to find this moment to make it happen. And like, wow, who would have thought it would be here?
Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta. Welcome everyone. This is the Cosmic Lounge, which is my video interview podcast style series on my channel, where I am so blessed to bring in all these beautiful radiant souls that I get to have in my life and have these beautiful conversations going deeper into our cosmic layers of our soul and our expression here on this earth. And today I have a sister that I met in February of 2024, and we've had such a divine connection, so I'm so grateful to introduce you all to Sunkitty.
Yum, 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 yum. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your channel, to listen to things I want to say and share with the world. Thank you for having curiosity within me.
Yes.
Such a divine sister that I was able to gain. I'm just like super, super grateful for just all of life to be here right now with you.
Yeah, I love
sacred
you.
land. I love you.
So sacred for sure. And of course, you're such a fascinating character, and I feel like in my life I have all these fascinating characters, and I love that everyone is so unique in their expressions. It's great to be able to share more of your magic with the world in whatever way that I can support that. It feels so good too.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'd love to let's share about how we met.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sunkitty and I, we met in Guatemala, specifically at Acro Tantra, which is this festival that they had combining acro yoga and tantra. And yeah, we connected there a little bit.
Actually,
and played a bit.
As we first connected as soon as I walked into the festival, Olivia was doing the check-in, and I felt like her vibe was really nice, and I forgot what I said. I think I said you were really beautiful, and checked me in, and whoop, off I went.
Into the portal.
Yeah. And then we reconnected when you were putting on your lipstick. I had stopped you.
The red lipstick?
Yeah, the red lipstick. She was looking really sexy that day, and I was like, oh, I gotta talk to you again.
Yeah, that was my sexy outfit day for sure. I had like the black like mesh see-through lingerie and like the nipple pasties, and I think I was like body painted covered in body paint. Yeah. I was feeling real sexy that day.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And Sunkitty, like actually right now you're not wearing your Sunkitty glam, but like whenever you're at festivals and things, and sometimes just on the daily, you have this she has this like beautiful glam, like festival glam, but it's kind of your everyday look. And I'm curious how this came to be and what it means to you to go full glam.
Yeah, thank you. Like, I've always loved makeup, like always playing with it, adding the glitter, and then like in high school I definitely would be like the one that wore like colorful makeup with outfits, and then it slowly just kept progressing into more and more, and then like really embodying it once I moved to Washington. I had a job where they let me be I just in sparking to more of my creativity, which was makeup. And then my job allowed me to wear this really wild and vibrant makeup, less with the, more just for the eyes, and then later on became more like the symbols and the decorative things. And just finding an outlet that made me feel good, coming into like that flow state and really like it helped me learn patience and meditating, and like instead of painting, I get to paint on my face, and it just like not only that, but I feel like it like woke something up in me, and like I get to really be joyful and playful like a child. And I always tell everyone, we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised to live tomorrow, so live every day like it's your last. And so like so yeah, I do my makeup sometimes just to be in my own house by myself and no one will see me, because it's for my own pleasure, my own playfulness, and yeah, it's just a way to like be super playful.
Yeah, I love that. I like how like you're specifically talking about like the inner child joy of like just painting your face. It's like face painting, like they do face painting for kids all the time.
Yeah.
And you hold that as a practice that you always return to,
Mm-hmm.
not for the outside world, but simply for yourself and your own meditative joy practice.
Yeah.
And I love to see it. And it's so cool because when you do that for yourself and you're gifting that practice to yourself, when you go out into the world, you're also gifting and radiating all of that joy to everyone that you encounter, because as us viewing it and viewing your art that's on your face, like we get to appreciate it and it fills us with that same joy. So it's like such a beautiful reciprocal nature. And I've seen this firsthand because I've had the privilege of going to festivals with you and just seeing people's responses to your whole look and glam. I'm like, it's such a joy to see that whole process. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
And where did Sunkitty come from?
Sunkitty.
When was the birth of this character, persona, embodiment?
Sunkitty was birthed like 2020. Ooh, sun's coming through. Like 2020, going into 2021. Like wow, like my high, like not with just like the whole COVID thing, because like I really didn't have that life. I was out in nature. Like my life literally was like superior and so blessed and so blissful and so beautiful. Like, so that I at that time I literally just went inward by myself, like expressing everything I wanted. Like nothing else existed besides my little world. So within like that, like I just started thinking like I can be anything and everyone. I don't have to go by my name, Sierra. I can go by like something else that's playful. Like people like also call me like Cece or C. And then I was like, what do I want to call myself? And I was just like, just thinking and thinking. I was like, what are the most things that like I gravitate towards the most? Like if I had to like name my favorite things in the world, which would be a cat. I love being a cat. I love being a cat. I've always been a cat since I was born, and then I'm always been outside like my whole life in the sun and the sunshine. I was just like, ooh, I am the sun kitty. Like I'm here to radiate that like divine feminine feline energy, light up the whole world. And also like another name was like Energized Bunny, which I feel like is also like very sun-like and
Energizer Bunny.
So it just kind of like came
you are such an Energizer Bunny, but Sunkitty, yes. It's so perfect.
Yeah.
As a name that the Rye actually called you by accident was Star Fox. And so sometimes, like when we were coming here to find you, I was like, let's go find Star Fox. It's like another alt personality. Maybe your more galactic version.
Yeah, I like that. In high school or in middle school, I had a name Foxy Roxy, something like that.
Okay, there you go. I love it. Yeah, I love how you embody yourself. Period.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people that are so unique in their expression, and it's like so authentic.
Yeah,
like,
I really.
It's like a character, but it's not.
It's like 2 in 1. Yeah, because you get to
powers.
Yeah, just like in like body, like what's God trying to like. What does God want you to be like? What did your little soul came here to do?
Yeah, that's how I feel about
playful, joyful.
Sometimes when even my own name, I'm like, should I change my name? But I really like my name, and I think it suits me.
Yeah, Olivia's beautiful.
Well, when I met you, we were both traveling, and upon getting to know you more, you shared about your travels and how you've been solo traveling, backpacking for 2 years nonstop, basically.
Yeah.
So it's been full on. And the one thing that I always was curious about is how you had the trust to solo travel in these more, on the outside looking in, like dangerous, labeled as dangerous countries. But really, danger is just another word that we use for something unfamiliar and unknown. So it's like a lot of us label these places as dangerous, but it's really not. Of course, there's danger that can occur anywhere that you go in the world, even in your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
But more so just like the foreign nature and the unfamiliarity, and that's something that I was always super admired about you, and was like really inspired, is your trust to navigate solo traveling for 2 years by yourself as a beautiful, radiant woman. So I'm curious how you developed that trust, or what those things were that helped you feel safe to do that.
Yeah,
and just go for it.
Just go for it. I say like the dream since a kid was to always travel the world. Like I remember God like telling me like when I was like 4, like you'll travel the world. And just like growing up, I grew up like a feral kitty, like pretty wild and just like on my own. Like I was raised by a single mom, so a really independent child. And then like coming along with like backpacking, I've done some other backpacking by myself, and then it was finally time to go around the world, like starting in Africa, like
boom,
like this is where I want to go. I want to go be amongst the safaris and the wildlife. That, you know, my favorite movie was Lion King. Like I dreamt of this my whole life. So it was like finally start in Africa and just work your way up, and like just knowing at all times God will always protect you, and everything will be happening in your highest alignment. And that's why I always just carry like I'm always protected. My angels are with me. God is with me. Everyone and everything is God. So what do I have to fear? Why would I fear God? Why would I fear myself? So I just move about life just like that. Everyone is me. Everyone is God.
Boom.
And it's that easy.
So simple. And
And
how do you hold that faith so strongly? Because I believe the same thing. Of course, there's moments where I still have fear. So I'm curious, like, how you hold your faith so strong. Because you're one person that, like, is so strong in their faith. And I love that so much about you. Like, it's such an amazing quality. And yes, divine reminders. So I'm curious, like, how you strengthen that faith. In God, like, was it through religious upbringing, or like you always felt that inclination, or like
So recently, I was raised non-religious, never really going to church. Sometimes I have to go to church to Sunday school with my grandma, but I actually got kicked out of the church area because I was not so good because I don't believe in God. So it's something that I realized, something that I heard recently, and it makes complete sense. Sometimes you have to not believe to truly believe. And I grew up not believing in God. There was a time where I would say I was atheist. Like, God is not real. Like, that nothing is real. Like, when you die, everything's just black and none of this even exists. And at some point, God came in and just showed me the way, showed me the light, truly sparked into my soul. Yeah. So, like, going from not thinking God isn't real to really, truly seeing and believing and feeling and knowing and hearing, that's all I can do is keep listening to that higher self, that higher power. And,
yeah, you listen well. Your ear is like not your physical ear, but your like psychic inner hearing and sense is like so beautiful. And I'm curious how you strengthen your intuition, because part of solo traveling, of course, like you're saying, it's like your intuition and like the faith, and also having the faith because you sense and you can hear the messages that are coming through to guide you.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how you also are strengthening that intuition, because I think intuition is something that like some people doubt exists. Some people rely on it completely.
Yeah.
Some people are somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I went from like doubting my intuitive skills to slowly like they're coming more and more online. I'm becoming more and more sensitive, and that's been so beautiful. And I wonder what your journey has been for you in your relationship with your intuition.
Yeah.
Like how you're strengthening it, or
maybe I don't know how. I just feel like as life goes on, it's like what I think, what like spirit is telling me about a certain situation, a certain thing, and then let's just say, and then like as the thing plays on, it's revealed everything that I thought and felt is spot on. So it's like every time that happens, like the intuition just grows. Like now it's like it's basically like I can see things even though there's an illusion over this, and like masking it of something else, but you feel it. And all out of all my experiences, like I just keep trusting that, like more and more, like that feeling. Before that, I really have to say maybe just spending a lot of time by myself in nature and just like talking to like the trees and everything around.
And look at these beautiful trees.
And yoga.
Yoga, yeah.
A lot of yoga, going really internal with my yoga. Yeah, like I'm trying to think like super what the catalyst was. I mean,
it's more just like every step is like
just adding
building
to it
more and more, like the building blocks.
Also, like, I will have to say, like when I was a child, I always felt like I was a lot older than my mom, a lot older than all my classmates, like a very old soul. Like
I resonate with that.
So like sure. I automatically feel like I was like I had been here a lot and done a lot and came in with extraness because I've done it already.
Yeah, you're like, right.
Yeah.
This again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I've received a lot of my life from a young age, from like age 11 till I was a teenager, like, oh, such an old soul. And it's because for me it was more just like my calmness, I think, around everything. Like I didn't have so much of that like young energy, like hyper energy. And at the time I was young, but I kind of had this like equanimous sense since I was young.
Yeah.
That I still carry. So that's why when I started to dive deeper into spirituality and like Buddhism again and like understand non-attachment and not speaking any illness through your word, I really got the codes because the codes are already so alive within me already. Yeah. So it's really easy for me to integrate and embody that.
Yeah. Also, I think my childhood also was like, it's not like a very cookie cutter childhood. So I think I was able to really learn and grow up my intuition at a very young age because my life was wild.
Yeah. So part of it is also survival.
Survival. Yeah, my life was a survival.
And yeah, that's super real and true. It's like when we don't have our needs met or we don't have the safety that we maybe should be getting from like a caretaker, then yeah, we self-source. Yeah. And it can either go the path of strengthening our superpowers or the path of like digging us deep into like a shadowy hole of disempowerment. So that's also something I find fascinating is how people respond to their environments and how that shapes them in their expression. Yeah. So it's so beautiful to see you in your strength. Thank you. Yes, like I love seeing that in you, your power, and your ability to influence your environment and move through. Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Thank you for witnessing it. Yeah, like that's really beautiful to be seen. Yeah, for someone else to see that light and how I guess maneuver around the energy and magic within spaces.
Like my whole YouTube channel is all around the concept of live like a goddess, and I'm curious what that means for you in your version of it. Or maybe you have a different word other than goddess. I don't know.
No, I love goddess. Yeah. I also love king. Like I'm just the king. But like living like the goddess is living beautifully, gracefully, empowering, playful, sexy, innocent, inspiring. Yeah, and like really owning your power and what you're here to do and to create. And inspiring other women to also be like, hey, I also want to be a goddess. Yes. I also want to step into that realm and make my path and light other people up. So I think that's really important.
Right. Lifting others as you rise.
Dancing, expressing yourself freely.
Yeah.
That's a goddess. Nourish, like knowing that I am the temple, like I am heaven on earth. And like treating my body just like that as well, like with internal things, external things.
Beautiful. Yes, completely. Yeah, exactly. You got the codes. We know this. And what you said, like bringing your creativities into the world and like sharing that. So what is it that you are feeling really called to bring into the world right now? What is really inspiring you? What do you feel alive about? What gets your Shakti energy flowing and your heart open and expanded?
I think at this current moment is really getting people to embody that super joyful, innocent playfulness, which is just like playing and just like really dancing and fully embodying that, and within that, like finding the self love. Because when you find self love, like that's when you truly radiate a light out to the world, this like beautiful rainbow, and people see it and they want it, and they want to know the hows and whys. And it's really like, I think, like even like dancing. So I really want to bring in sound, really bring in sound to spark this and awaken this new DNA within yourself. And I want to move people's bodies.
I mean, when we dance together, it's so powerful, and it feels so special to have such a powerful connection in dance with a woman. Because sometimes I find, for me, I find more of these like dramatic dances when I'm dancing with a man, because there's more polarity. Yeah, with us, we still have that super deep, sexy, present, primal, intense, like dance, and it's so juicy, yet so innocent, because we're simply in our pure expression of our radiance and of our play, just like how you're expressing now. And I remember we were at a festival together, and there was this natural pole next to the stage. It was kind of like a post holding up part of the stage with plants hanging off it.
The tinting area, the shading.
Something like this. And so me and her were dancing around this pole as if we're like two jungle cats, like chasing each other through the jungles, like hunting each other and dancing around. It was so good, and people were just watching us.
It was so much fun. I wish someone would have recorded and sent that to us. It was so primal, so playful.
So
like
fun.
Hiding from each other and then like getting each other.
And like in those moments, the whole rest of the world melts away.
Nothing else exists because nothing does really exist. And I think that's what people have to like drop away, is that no one actually cares what you look like or what you're doing. And if they do, it's on their own self, because they're too self-conscious and lack that love to freely express themselves, because they're too scared to look silly. Like there's no such thing as looking ugly or a bad dance move. You can literally do whatever. And I think that's something that I truly spark to people, is that I truly do not care what I look like or what I do on the dance floor. And I really think it really inspires other people to like kind of like let go of that layer, especially because I'm sober, like there's no alcohol or drugs involved, and they're just like, huh, what, how?
Like, it's me. You've definitely inspired me in that regard of just like fucking sending it and doing whatever the fuck, like. And now I find myself being so much more silly, and also, like you said, just like letting go of an expectation of looking good on the dance floor. Sometimes I literally just want to shake my body and like roll around and like flop like a fish and like be ridiculous just for the sake of it.
Stick your tongue out.
And it feels so good, and that's something I definitely have learned over time, because before I was definitely more self-conscious about how I moved and how I was being perceived. And of course, like you're saying, like if people are judging you, it's
and you can
on
feel
them.
the judgment too.
It's totally on them. And if you feel shy, maybe it's because you're like, you're in your own self-judgment. And that's something that I still deal with, actually, in like different ways. Like it's definitely decreased a lot in the last year. But definitely there's like this like self-judgment, inner critic part that's kind of like, wait, no, like you're not doing this cool enough. But when that's fully released, then we can just be in our full authentic expression, which is however big or small it wants to be in that moment. It's so fun.
Absolutely. And even me, I used to be there absolutely in that same thing, but I think just like deepening obviously my connection within myself and with God, it's like there's nothing to be shameful or scared about.
Blessed.
Well,
Yay.
thank you so much for like loving me. Becoming such a dear sister to me, like literally my favorite one of them all. I'm so grateful for you. So grateful for you and such like a pure love. Like I feel so grateful to have you in my life and to just like for the magic we're gonna bring in together.
Yeah, y'all, just wait.
Wait until the magic comes. You have no idea what's in store. Which reminds me of this
so good
activity that we did. Me and her had to reflect each other's joy.
Oh yeah.
And that was so much fun.
Yeah. Should we do it now?
We can reenact.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do we?
Maybe just sitting down though.
Yeah.
We'll grab our characters.
Yeah. Like, this is like we can pretend to be us. Like. Yes. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much for your curious questions and letting me radiate my light even more to the world. So I really appreciate you.
Yeah. Nice. I think we killed it.
Beautiful.